And hello again, I'm Alan Cook, the proud owner of the Me Dion. The Me Dion is the painting that's on the left, which is the older Mona Lisa. This is the younger Mona Lisa. This is the X-ray of the Mona Lisa out of my painting. It is a lost painting of Leonardo da Vinci. And this is also his signature. It actually spells out Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre. Here's this big L and he spells it backwards. And he puts the little people in it and he builds it over and over again, which he so happens to wrap the Mona, and it's in over my 700 YouTubes and over 3,800 exact images. I'm going to show you now that you have seen my Mona Lisa. You have heard about the Mona Lisa, the lost painting. See the X-ray? Isn't it gorgeous? Took like 7 years to get that all set. Demand is very, very, very hard to let you know. Now I'm going to show you in this that when I blow up the skull, which is right in front of you, I'm going to show you how my woman's hand lies in here and my man's body and arm goes across. I have it preset for you fairly quickly, and this is one of the images right here in which it is. And then I'm going to slide this over and get it right to be pretty much centered for you, because I believe in trying to make the best for you. Now when I take my man and I overlay it where the arm crisscrosses over in the this pointy hat, which is called a himmen. And the himmen is actually means a diva of a woman, which is like cross-dressing. You can see the woman's hand matching across the bar in which I told you, which is sitting here, which is just like on her own bench. As you see how the bench has this slight curve, which I never paid attention, but you can actually see it's a curved bench. It actually has a little bit, and it actually matches, and the hand does. But that is not just it. You can see my woman's eyes and face and his arms. Not only in that fashion, you can see these boats. They're like boats of designs with little sails. There's tons of little people on it, and you can actually see how they fit right into the circular groove of the underneath the hem and hat. You put this back up and you can you match that again. You can see the outline of her dress, how it flows into the stars. You see how these flow for the dress, and here and here and here. If you follow my YouTube, it will show you that he makes his work move across the room, such as a TV. Okay, so this is not just the only place. Not trying to scare you, but he actually made a movie, a TV, out of the Mona Lisa. You can see his hand. This is how his hand floats here, but his hand actually floats over here also, and you can see his fingers. Watch. Right. You can see right here his fingers. His hand will flow here. It flow here. Here and so on. You can see the curvature of his arm flow. Here's his arm flow. You can see it right through here. Here's his big shoulder that comes on through, and how he sits up here and he serenades his woman. And some of my YouTubes you will find from not only how that he is here, but in between his finger and his hand is a ring, and he's going to give her a ring. Now this, if you follow the diamonds and the stars, you can see her face coming out and moving in the stars. And why the face isn't always exact is because, again, you don't watch a TV to where it goes across the room like a conveyor belt. He makes her move, so his arms will float up and down and flow. You can see the curvature of his body. You can see the curvature of the body. You can see the turns. You can even I haven't even looked yet, but I'm sure it's there, the crisscross of his legs. actually showed up. Here's the crisscross, here's his knee, here's the diamonds, it goes on down, and here's his shoes. You can see his shoes down in here. So you move this down, you can see the crisscross in the works. Extremely well hidden, okay? And if you really have a really good eye, it's very difficult. You'll also see the outline of the hat in stars, but it's not always just there. And you'll also see, when you float the shoes, you'll see how the shoes also float in here, down in here, very, very vaguely. You can see the point of it here. And so Leonardo da Vinci is an extremely tricky person. Also, when you take this other image here and you overlay it, you can see these lines. Well, that's the line in which is on his chest, and on his chest is these lines and how they move, because he moves forward. So when he moves forward and you overlay this even at a different size, you can see the big hand, which is much larger, actually fits in the groove of the skull. Okay, now we're going to get one more thing tricky, and I'm going to let you go. Okay, but you can see how she moves also, and you can also see this curve right here, which gives you the curve here, and it goes. This so happens to make it like the armrest of the Mona Lisa. But I'm going to show you, boy, what was I going to show you? Let me show you this real quick. Okay, this is the armrest of the Mona Lisa. Okay, as you see, this is a hidden window of the armrest of the Mona Lisa, how she hides in here, that you actually end up with this is hidden in it. So Leonardo da Vinci is a person who hides it like invisible ink. So follow my YouTubes, follow my 3,800 exact images, and you will also, one other thing I wanted to show you, this as of the skull, as we were showing you, the skull is actually, when you're really all done, not only becomes, if you see the outline, becomes my painting in each little spot. So there'll be a skull as small as a micro, and it keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and ends up in the whole painting. But not just straight up and down. Any way you wish to turn it, upside down, sideways, in any direction. Direction. Also, for you to understand, the skull is not only in the Mona Lisa as you see. If you see how the Mona Lisa is here, it will actually loop and come out to be the whole Mona, and anywhere and everywhere you wish to put her. Also the same. You'll find that in my YouTubes, again, you'll find my painting, the Me Dion, which is the lost painting that is not lost no more, that I have showed you. You'll find that my painting is in the Mona Lisa multi millions of times through his codes and his mathematic ways, and you'll have that explanation in my YouTubes. And remember, I showed you the facts. This is an x-ray of the Mona Lisa that I have found. Okay, this is the x-ray of mine, and it also has many, not many, every single thing in which you see in here I have found in the Mona Lisa. And on top of that, there is the one other thing besides just the x-ray that we're talking about, which is the signature, which is this. So how would I have the signature and the x-ray in the Mona Lisa in my painting if it wasn't done by the same individual who's hidden? Now, don't forget, there's one more thing you need to know, okay? And I've discussed this before with you. This Mona Lisa right here, here it is, actually has my signature that actually wraps her face. Okay, so for those who wish to know, when you move this particularly in the right area and you follow it, Leonardo da Vinci signed his name anywhere and everywhere on the Mona Lisa, from ear to ear on over. If you take a look at the curvature, when you get this reduced in the right area, and it's in my other YouTubes, it matches her perfectly when you fit it throughout the shadows. So if I was to again give you another YouTube right in front of me and display it for what you would see how these shadows will fit in the certain areas, because again he makes them move across the room. Okay, from these guys being the mountains, and from the signature being the face and the Mona Lisa. I've also shown this little boy, which is a little boy girl, and this little boy girl is also again is right here in the Mona, which is another sign that you will see, and here she is. Well, he or she, whichever you want. And when you line him up in my YouTubes, you'll find that the letterings fit throughout, and the little boy and girl moves across the room too. So it is not the boy girl that so happens to, it's both. Okay, that's why I call it boy girl, because it's a boy at one time and then when it's a girl at another, and it becomes this on and off depending upon the layers of what you shoot, and see how it transforms. So what you see here is a fake. It's a fake in the sense that when you get deeper into it, it's not really a fake, but there's hidden endos that end up coming out in other paintings that he has out there, which is, again, this is the lost painting now found by me, Alan Cook, and I named it Mi Dion, and Mi Dion means best boyfriend in the whole wide world in Italian. And with that, I want you guys to wash your hands, say your prayers, keep your social distance, wear your mask, and call your teacher and teach your teacher about the Leonardo da Vinci lost painting, how interesting it is, and you can do a lot of study and an essay on it if you wish. It's a lot of work. There's 100 hours probably at least in all these YouTubes, and you'll end up seeing things in which I have missed. What you believe you see is 99.9% going to be true, and with all that, remember there is a God. And with that also I wish to say, may God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens, and please be safe, keep social, hug your mom and dad, tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, and let's be nice and live together on this earth, calm and peaceful, and I'll see you in heaven one day. In Jesus' name, amen.